Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Tony. By subbing to
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It is so weird. I got up so early this morning. I didn't even mean to. I just woke up at like 11. No, not 11:30. Woke up at like 3:30 this morning. Tried to go back to bed and kind of just lied there in that like state halfway between sleep and being awake. It's terrible. So I just got up. And I posted a video to TikTok this morning and to YouTube Shorts, and then I started streaming. I don't know. I would really love to make this like a more full-time thing. I recognize that that's probably not going to happen, but I'm gonna try. Right? No harm in trying. It's weird because I don't think I've tried this hard at anything since I tried to become a programmer, and I mean that worked. Not saying this will, but it might as well try it. But anyway, because I'm self-obsessed, let's see if the video was just thanking everybody for helping me get to affiliate status. It's crazy to me that I could potentially make money doing this because it's so fun, right? That's insane that I could make money doing something fun. But we'll see how much money. I have no idea. But thanks to everybody who's supporting me and been sticking around. Particularly Cuber and KSS YouTuber, I want to specifically shout them out. They've been here several mornings in a row with me, and I really appreciate that. They're so enthusiastic and they're so awesome. So, guys, I consider you original members of the Dragon Guard, or the Cyber Dragon Guard, and thank you. Genuinely, thank you. Thank you so much. It's weird to have people who, want to be around me, want to listen to me talk. It's strange, but I really do appreciate it. Alright, with the sappy stuff out of the way. With the sappy stuff out of the way, let's just play Honkai, because I keep playing it right before bed and I keep almost falling asleep. So if I almost fall asleep this morning, that means the game's probably not for me. It's 5:30 in the morning. I've had 2 cups of coffee. If there's any time of day that I will be awake to play this game, it will be right now. So let's give it a shot. Alright, here we go.
She turned that way. Quick!
Running, 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 run!
Hold still.
My design has been superseded by newer models. My components are no longer valuable.
Hey, what are you talking about? I'm not interested in selling your components.
What does that mean?
Huh? Where'd she go? We just saw her go this way. We'll just have to head straight and keep looking.
What do you want to know? Beneath the water lies an endless abyss!
Oh yeah, I got Black Swan. Did I not mention that?
Are made to be broken. Ill tidings manifest.
Answer me. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Why won't it? Ah, I can't figure it out. Oh, it's you. You came with me after all. You keep saying that, but...
Are you repairing this installation, Clara? Hit a snack?
Huh? How did you know?
The dimensions and wear of these 2 roller components look very different from the rest of the unit. You must have only just replaced them. You replaced the damaged components, but the unit isn't starting up as normal. That's what you're trying to figure out, right?
Yeah, I fixed a lot of things before.
I will
but
never get this
I never
microphone
had to
right.
repair one as
I don't know
complicated as this.
I don't know why.
Why isn't Svarog helping you?
I don't want to disturb him. This installation was accidentally damaged by 2 of the vagrants. If Mr. Svarog finds out, they'll get in big trouble.
True.
You know, Clara, if you're too kind, people can take advantage of you.
Get out of my house now!
I think I found the source of the problem.
Get out of my house
You replaced the rollers, but the bearing is causing a jam.
Oh my god!
There's a misalignment.
Is there any way to stop TikTok from
Give me a
playing?
hand.
Jesus.
We should be able to fix it between us.
More fixing? I'm getting good at this.
Can we really fix this?
Relax, we got this. Right, Don Hung?
Less asking, more helping.
I do like this. This is very satisfying. I can't really say exactly why. There we go.
Whoa, it lit up. Thanks, guys.
No need. We hardly lifted a finger. So, the settlement's energy supply problem is solved for the time being?
Yes. The people on the outskirts don't need to worry about heat or light now. I know that you're good people. You helped a lot of the injured in the mine, and you risked going into the town for supplies. If there's any other way I can help you,
How are we gonna convince her?
What the fuck's going on with my computer?
The present situation is... we're here! This planet isn't doomed after all! Clara, you're observant, right? Take a look at us. Do we look like Underworlders?
well, you do look very different from a...
Right! That's because we're not from here. We've never been a factor in Svarog's calculations. And if those calculations are based solely on the strength of the Underworlders, then the results don't apply to the present situation.
When did Svarog start doing his calculations, Clara?
It was a long time ago. The same time
I think
the
it's good
Underworld
now.
was sealed off. I think.
That was weird.
Circumstances have changed since then. There's a Silvermane guard down here now. Is that part of Svarog's calculation? Not to mention we're... Just tell her already. We come from a different planet. There's just no way that Svarog's calculations would have included variables like us, you know?
True.
Different planet? Don't treat me like a child. Those are just made-up stories that grown-ups like to tell. I don't...
They're not made up.
Hey, she and March aren't lying, Clara. I believe them.
Branya... Do you really...
I know how you feel, Clara. You want new hope for the underground. But you don't want anyone to get hurt in the process, right? I also have doubts, but my gut tells me that March, Dan Heng, and she, they are the new hope this world has been waiting for. Let them meet Svarog, and let's see if his calculation result is any different. For you, for him, there's no harm in trying, right?
Come on, what do we have to lose?
Okay, I'll take you to see Mr. Svarog.
Yay!
Really? Awesome!
I understand now. Trying to change Mr. Svarog's mind on my own would take forever. Even if I kept trying until I was all grown up, I don't think I could do it. And all the while, people would be getting sick, losing their homes, and fighting. Just like in the mine. I don't want that to happen. If you guys really believe that you can convince Mr. Svarog, then I need to be brave too. Everyone, follow me.
Rania, I didn't know you'd stick up for us like that back there. Well said.
It was nothing, I just said what I truly felt.
I can't believe you can't jump in this game at all. That's crazy.
I'm back, Timmy.
Timmy?
Welcome back, Miss Clara.
Timmy, open the gate, please. I want to see Mr. Svarog.
Oh, cool. Timmy the stoplight.
Do you wish to
You know
permit
what?
access?
It's okay.
I'm not
They're all
impressed.
my guests.
Timmy. You don't even have a yellow light. What the fuck's going on, man?
Unlocked.
Dumb traffic light.
Welcome back, Miss Clara and guests.
I don't like Timmy. Why do I feel like convincing Svarog is going to involve
if you can,
fighting him?
Please try not to upset Mr. Svarog.
It's okay, Clara. We're here to reason with him.
I'll leave negotiations to you guys. They're not my strong point.
Negotiating with robots. I can't say I've tried it before.
Are you ready?
Let's go and see Svarog.
I'm back, Mr. Svarog.
Beep boop.
I see that the energy supply system is back online. Thank you, Clara. But why have you brought them?
Mr. Svarog, they want to talk to you about going to the surface.
Analyzing. Analysis result. Target does not belong to Wildfire. Background unknown. Classification unknown. You have arrived on Clara's recommendation. I will give you an opportunity to speak.
Oh, hey, sounds like he's
Cool.
willing to communicate. Quick, time to smooth talk him.
We're not interested in stoking conflict. We're here about the future of the underground. To be or not to be? That is the question. Seems like a good time to
Said
tell
question
jokes.
lacks the necessary context to be answered. Proceed with your central point. Do not waste this world's valuable time.
He cut you off completely. This guy.
I mean, I did tell a joke.
Stay focused. Remember, we have to make him see that we're a variable in the calculation.
We're here about the Stellaron.
Stellaron. Searching database. Access denied. Discussing Stellaron with unauthorized targets. Prohibited. You are broaching a secret that lies at the heart of this world. A secret that should remain unknown to humanity. Reassessing targets. Threat index raised. I demand that you reveal your true intention.
As expected. He knows of the Stellaron, but it's a restricted topic.
We've come this far. Out with it already. Just be straight with him. Everything depends on it.
We want to bring this world's disasters to a close. I do not believe you.
Humanity has already
Time
made
to
multiple
kill.
efforts to engage with the Stellaron. Without exception, these efforts have been motivated by human greed, attempts to secure the article for a selfish end. As instructed by the architects, any attempt to engage with the Stellaron will result in grave consequences. Reassessing. Target threat index critical.
What should we do? This is going from bad to worse.
Yeah, we're gonna have to beat up the robot. Like, that's very clear.
There is no evidence to suggest you are an exception. Calculation result remains unchanged. Peacekeeping protocol temporarily disengaged. Requesting extermination protocol launch.
Extermination? In the literal sense?
Peace talks are over. March. Prepare for combat.
Mr. Svarog, please don't.
Leave, Clara.
Clara, it's dangerous here. Find somewhere to hide.
Looks like we have to take action after all.
Prototype number 3. Monitoring automaton Svarog. Extermination protocol launch. Successful. Annihilation permitted.
Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, who could have foreseen this? Ah!
Executing operation.
Such an elusive foretelling. Again, the ill tidings manifest.
That is the sickest looking... Well, I guess it's not the sickest looking robot, but it's definitely got drip. Right? I mean, look at what he's wearing.
My turn. Stay right there while I give you a present.
Let's make it quick.
Purge initiated.
You can't run.
Calculating result.
Try that again.
Do you have answers? Think!
With me out here, how can we lose?
The seal of ill fate descends.
Let's go.
Oh.
How can you put up your best fight without a doctor on the battlefield? All of you, stay focused. I'm right behind you.
Natasha and Sample!
How did you...
Guess you guys had a bad talk, huh? Luckily, Sampo's got your back.
Hell yeah, Sample.
Sampo! I knew you'd be involved somehow.
Base breached. Armed wildfire personnel detected. Assessing. All subjects are high-risk individuals. Commencing complete annihilation. Executing annihilation.
Scratch.
Memories are ever-changing. Beneath the silent waters lies an endless abyss!
Executing operation.
SAS Perkibi. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
Such an elusive foretelling. Again, ill tidings manifest.
0 points. Next. I'm asking.
Stay right there while I give you a present!
Fail. Get out.
Push forward.
Oh no!
Analysis complete.
You can't run!
Evaluating variables.
What would you like to know this time?
How to kill them.
Here, all yours.
Do you have answers? Let's test your knowledge.
You have the worst luck running into me. Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
Well, that didn't do a whole lot.
Watch this!
Purge initiated. Calculating result.
Ill tidings manifest.
My turn!
I'm asking questions.
Memories are ever changed. Beneath the silent waters lies an endless abyss!
Executing operation.
Try that again!
Value exceeds threshold.
You can't run!
Let's make it quick.
Batter up!
Never stop thinking. 0 points. Next.
Almost there.
With me out here? How can we lose?
Rules are made to be broken.
Executing annihilation.
SAS Perkibi. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
Take that, you metallic bitch!
you... Mr. Svarog can't fight anymore. Please. Please don't hurt him.
Claire. Ra.
Mr. Svarog, don't push yourself any further. Can you tell them what you know? Mr. Svarog, you said you were willing to make all my wishes come true, right? My biggest wish right now is for everyone to work together. Like family. Recently, I learned something new. Calculation results can't always bring people happiness. Even if the world outside the cage isn't beautiful, people still want to know what it's like.
Assessment system reset. Successful. Processing variables. Variable 1. Clara's request. Variable 2. Outsider's intentions. Updated assessment result. Transference of decision-making authority to outsiders. Outsiders are granted access to Stellaron intelligence.
So...
Clara seems like the only one who can break through Svarog's cold logic. It's a good thing she was here. I hope his memory bank really does contain data on the Stellaron.
Is this it, Nat? Us? Wildfire? The Underworld? Did we win?
No, Zila. Our battle, their battle, it's just beginning.
Damn.
Finally. We finally made it to this point.
What's up? Nervous?
No. But... I do have an aching feeling in my chest. I'm ready. Reveal the truth. I'm listening.
I have finished collating the Stellaron data and records. Do you wish to proceed, outsiders?
Hell yeah!
Requesting database materials cache, serial number 13175. Encryption level, highest. Request approved. Transmission.
This is the fruit of many years of research, Madam Guardian. The evidence is irrefutable. This so-called Stellaron is the source of all the destruction.
The people will struggle to accept this conclusion, Doctor. If we were to tell them that the almighty Elisa Rand activated this thing and triggered the eternal freeze...
It's the truth, madam. The truth won't change with the opinions of the people. The reports before you are the precious result of painstaking effort on the part of Belobog's greatest scholars. You must trust the weight of its conclusion.
I have never doubted you, Doctor. On the contrary, I am resolute in the face of this conclusion. From the moment I took up this mantle, that voice, their voice, has made its home in my mind. I cannot shake them. I shouldn't be telling you this. Let's return to your research, Doctor. I'm afraid I cannot make these reports known to the public, unless...
Unless? Unless what? Please, proceed, madam.
Unless you have found a way to completely destroy the Stellaron.
I understand. In the name of preservation, I will fulfill this mission.
Cache number 13175. Transmission complete. Next transmission. Cache number 24830.
I don't understand, Doctor. Why do we have to hide such valuable research results away? They're the work of a lifetime.
You're still young, child. There will come a day, when you do understand. This Supreme Guardian, she sees further than you or I. All her decisions are for the security of Belobog.
I just think it's a shame. Our research has hit an obstacle. Meanwhile, your results will be buried in the snow.
Don't be upset, child. You still have lots of time ahead of you. When you find a way to destroy the Stellaron, our efforts will have been worth it.
Cache number 24830.
I hope we
Transmission
know how to
complete.
destroy it.
Next transmission. Cache number 57614.
This is... Why is there a robot here?
During his life, this was Dr. Mearsheimer's personal robot bodyguard. I heard it's a prototype from the Great War. Since the doctor and his assistants passed away, it's remained here. It hasn't moved an inch.
Oh, I see. Let's start. We must unearth the doctor's research conclusions. All of them.
Madam Guardian, I've found them. All the documents are here.
Good. That'll do.
Madam Guardian, what should we do with the robot?
It would seem a great waste to destroy it. Find someone to reset its system, and then arrange for it to be sent to the underworld. I hear that the development group is in need of a robot with defense capabilities.
Yes, madam.
I'm sorry, Doctor, but these results must be taken care of by the architects. One day, somebody will be able to carry out your behest.
Cache number 57614. Transmission complete. Concluding data transmission.
So, the truth is clear now, right?
And it would appear that they never succeeded. Now only one question remains. Why would Cocolia exhibit such a sudden change in her attitude towards us?
Branya? Are you okay?
I'm fine. I just feel a little faint. Why? Why, Mother? Maybe she wasn't aware. Maybe she...
I'm sorry. It's no use lying to yourself, Branya. It's time for you to make a decision.
Hey, can I have a word with you? I know that we'll need time to process this new information, but we have to decide on our next plan as soon as possible.
Guys, I don't know if I'm enjoying this game that much. Oh.
The furnace core. The path to the surface is close at hand now. Thank you. What you've done has brought new hope to the underworld. Now we have to wait and see. But maybe this will lead to a new lease on life. Well, you should really be thanking Sampo. If it weren't for his intel, we wouldn't have made it in time. As Wildfire's leader, I couldn't simply look on while you fought on our behalf. We had to come help.
Huh? Huh? So you're the real chief? What about Oleg?
Oleg has always acted on my behalf.
Damn.
He helps me deal with all manner of problems in the underworld.
Secret leader.
Thanks to him, I'm able to make time for the people. I do my best to make sure that they have everything they need. At the same time, I was formulating a plan to deal with Svarog. Your arrival unraveled that carefully crafted yet rudimentary plan. And for that, you have my utmost thanks. A person is defined by their actions alone. I think that's how the saying goes. If the underworld recovers its freedom, the people will see you as heroes. However, even though Svarog is no longer sealing off the furnace core, there's no way that we undergrounders could go pouring onto the surface. That cold-blooded Supreme Guardian has used lies and tricks to keep the surface separated from the underground. If she detects any change in the underworld, I don't know what she might resort to. As for Wildfire, we need more time to build up our strength.
With things as they are, you want to take a back seat? It'll be difficult for us to defeat the Guardian alone.
No, but we need to wait for the opportune moment. In the meantime, I'm sending someone I trust to go with you.
Sampo.
Seele.
Oh, Seele.
Didn't she tell you? In private, she insisted on accompanying you. Don't let her carefree nature fool you. She's actually very discerning and can read a situation like no one else. Seele is a talented scout and a quick thinker. She takes decisive action. She'll definitely be able to help you. Not to mention, you also have Bronya now. It seems like the intel we got from Svarog caused her a significant shock. But with Seele by her side, I know she'll recover. Hey, when's the last time you got some rest? I heard that you've been on your feet looking for Svarog since Rivet Town. Health is everything. You won't be much use if you neglect yours. Let Wildfire take care of the furnace core for now. If you're lucky, perhaps tomorrow you...
Seriousness of breakfast. Ooh, what's this? Material for a rising trailblazer. 18. I don't know who keeps sending friend requests. How do they find me? I don't even know. Equilibrium what? What does that mean? Well, that was dumb. Go over everything with the group.
Equilibrium. The universe should be in equal...
Who's talking?
The arbiters of the equilibrium are giving you a trial. For the equilibrium of all worlds, you must demonstrate your strength. The strong will be given greater opportunities. The weak a chance to breathe. Passing the trial will prove that your strength has shaken the scales of power. Worlds will change, and thus equilibrium. You will encounter stronger enemies, harder puzzles, and greater rewards.
Oh.
After equilibrium, you will go on to face yet more trials.
Please explain in the human language? Is this so-called dynamic difficulty? Can I refuse this trial? Get to the point. What are the rewards? Alright then, for the equilibrium.
Equilibrium. It is for this.
Equilibrium level. As your Trailblaze level goes up, you'll need to complete trials of equilibrium to increase your equilibrium level. Enemies will have stronger stats, but so will you. Of course, defeating them will drop more rewards. How do I do that, though? When your Trailblaze level reaches 20.
Well, now that we're done with that whole situation in the underworld, we can finally look for the Stellaron. But thinking about it, I feel a bit bad about Clara. We promised her that our talks with Svarog would go peacefully.
Not really our fault. Sorry.
You tried your best to persuade him. It's my fault for not preparing better for such a situation in advance.
I didn't mean for you guys to start beating yourselves up over it. Look on the bright side. Things turned out alright, didn't they? Now everyone knows that the real problem here is the Stellaron, and they're willing to help us out. All in all, the mission is going super smoothly.
But we still have a lot left to figure out. For instance... Exactly. We don't even have the Stellaron's coordinates and location. Cocolia's sudden change in attitude is also very curious. We still haven't put all of the pieces together. Dreams?
Oh, I remember you mentioned something about strange dreams before.
All three dreams were the same, with Cocolia and that other voice.
It would be weird to call it a coincidence.
I'm wondering if these dreams aren't just random, if there is some meaning behind them. Maybe you're having them because...
Because of the Stellaron inside her?
That's my hunch, but I have no proof.
Well, then that's as good as nothing for now. So, what should we do when we get back above ground? After all this talk, we're still back at square one.
I haven't played...
Solve a puzzle one piece at a time.
I haven't met Hu Tao in
Let's
game
get some
yet.
rest.
Only Ganyu.
We'll talk to Wildfire tomorrow and get to the bottom of this. Also, there's still one more key character we haven't talked to yet. Her connection to Cocolia may be the key to cracking this mystery.
I am very curious about where Ganyu got those horns. My legs are so sore after running around the hotel. I filled out a service rating card.
You're back! I've heard from Wildfire that you helped resolve that whole situation with Svarog. Amazing. It must have been exhausting. Please have some food and get a good night's rest.
I suppose it would be good to get some sleep. A wave of tiredness comes over. No, you know what? No, I'm not getting sucked into reading the frickin'... Okay, now you're
Over
gonna get
there.
me mad.
See that?
Okay, hold on.
That
hold
used
on.
to be the worst street in
Hey,
Rivertown.
hey,
and it's also where
writers,
I grew up.
writers of Honkai Star Rail, or at least the writers of the English version. Why is there so much text? I'm trying to read to my chat, but there's so much. So much. It's like, are you just having fun? Is that what you're doing? There's no way you expect like the average gamer to read this, right? I don't know, man. It just seems like way too much. I will show you guys later if you want to see. But goddamn, try reading some of these texts you find lying around. There's way too much to them. I mean, I appreciate the effort, but it's just like, it's not effort that very many people are going to appreciate. I don't think. I mean, who reads in game? Fuck that.
My friends and I used to wander those streets, thinking about where to find our next meal. That is, until Chief Oleg got me out and took me to the orphanage. There, I learned to read and write from Natasha. At the age of 10, I started to patrol the mines with Oleg, occasionally getting into fights with the local thugs.
That sounds nice.
Nice? You being sarcastic with me?
Oh, no, sorry. Life in the underworld is difficult. I shouldn't be speaking about it so lightly.
Ugh, you're always so serious. It really gets on people's nerves sometimes, you know?
Right. What I meant was... I kind of envy you, Zila. For as long as I can remember, my days have been an endless cycle of studying, etiquette lessons, and training. Every day, all I hear is, "Remember who you are, Bronya. This is against the Architect's admonishments, Bronya. Ladies shouldn't use such foul language, Bronya." Some may envy this kind of life, but I have felt trapped. When every choice and every goal has already been made for you. You probably can't imagine how that feels.
No, I can't. But more importantly, what kind of foul language were you using?
In the name of the Architects, I shall stick this spear into your nostril.
That's it? Oh, that's nothing.
Super inappropriate.
Looks like I'll have to
Come
teach
on.
you some underworld slang before you go back.
No, that won't be necessary.
It'll be better than poking people's nostrils, at least. I never thought that I'd be here having a heart-to-heart with the future Guardian. As a kid, I didn't meet many people who lived in the overworld. I only heard stories from the grown-ups and figured you were all just a bunch of cold snobs.
I've heard from some Silvermane veterans that before the orders were made to seal off the underworld from the overworld, there was no difference between the two places. Everybody ate the same food, chatted about the same topics, celebrated the same festivals. Even though times are different now, things like the joys and sorrows of life, the ties between people, these precious things must certainly still connect us all. If there is a way to bridge the gap between the two worlds, we can definitely go back to the time when you and I were not divided, when we could stand side by side against the Eternal Freeze and the Fragmentum.
I'm not like you. I don't have that many grand plans for the future. But if that's the future you want, I'm willing to build this bridge with you.
Thank you, Zila. Your trust is very important to me.
Alright, come on, let's
Speaking
go
of
kick this
which,
Stellaron's butt.
what are you going to do next? What Svarog revealed must have made quite an impact, huh?
Yes. I thought I was prepared for anything, but... as long as I am the Guardian's successor, those truths will come out sooner or later. But why does my mother hide it from me, and why does she want me to hunt down the outsiders who know about the nature of the Stellaron? It doesn't make sense. I've thought it over. There's only one thing I can do. Go ask her directly.
You... hold
gotta
on.
do who to
You're
what
not
now?
really going, are you? Alone? You can't. This plan is...
I've already thought it through, Zila. I am Madame Cocolia's daughter. That will never change. Be it my duties as her heir or as a Silvermane guard, I must face my problems head-on. Even if...
Bronya.
This is for you, Zila. Please help me pass it on to the outsiders. If I am unable to see you again, they'll know what to do.
Okay, I understand. You've made up your mind, and there's nothing I can say that will change it. But remember this. If you run into trouble, I will come to save you, no matter what.
Then I'll be waiting for you. So, did you come to this spot when you were a child?
Of course. I just didn't appreciate how nice it was at the time. Very nice.
That was a good sleep. I should go meet up with March and Dan Heng.
Took you long enough, sleepyhead. We've been waiting all day.
Jeez.
I've noticed that our sleep routines don't match up. You either keep getting up in the middle of the night or snoozing away until the day's almost out. Unacceptable. You gotta work on your teamwork.
Did you have a dream again last night?
I dreamed that Hook and Pop Pop got into a squabble.
Huh, that's weird. I bet the conductor won, right?
Well then, let's go find Wildfire to discuss our next move.
That's funny.
And see if they have any new discoveries.
But, by the way, Pom Pom is toxic,
Let's
you guys.
go! I can't wait to finally get back above ground.
Pom-Pom's that boss you never, ever, ever want. I don't trust him.
Oh, look who's here.
It's the Bane of Svarog, the big hero of the underworld. And the other big heroes, Dan Hung and March 7th.
Were those lines rehearsed?
Where's Natasha? Is she here?
She has a bunch of other things to attend to, so I hope you don't mind talking to this old man instead. I speak on behalf of Natasha. By the way, sorry for keeping that whole thing about her being the actual leader of Wildfire a secret.
Thanks for reminding me.
I'm glad you don't mind. Natasha is always cautious, but she has no ill intent, as you surely have noticed. She told me to make sure you return to the overworld safely. I gave it some thought, and I think the safest way is to ask this fella for help.
Simple.
I brought you down. I can take you back up. Free of charge. Satisfaction guaranteed.
There's no need to knock us out this time, right?
Of course not. This time, we'll go back through the furnace core.
Right. Oh, like, give us someone else.
Please, don't be like that. We have so much history together. Can't you have a little faith?
No.
Ugh, enough chatter. Just be a good guide.
Hold on. What about Bronya? Why isn't she here?
She already went back. As you know, she has some things to settle with the Supreme Guardian.
What? She just ditched us and went back? How could you let her?
Exactly. She has a lot of responsibilities. I don't completely understand, but I trust that she's trying to solve the problem. Oh, right. Bronya told me to give you this.
She left us a letter. Could this be one of those open in case of emergency letters? I've never gotten one of those before. Should we wait until we run into something dangerous?
Stop overthinking and just open it.
Agreed. By the time you read this letter, I should have returned to the Overlord and be on my way to see my mother. I apologize for not telling you of my plan. I was afraid that you would strongly object, which might sway my resolve. Madame Cocolia raised me up, and I will never be able to repay her kindness. She taught me countless life lessons and virtues, as well as how to defend Belobog and its people. Even though she has lately made certain decisions that have puzzled me, I can't let go of all the precious memories I have with her. I must communicate my point of view and thoughts to her honestly and seek to arrive at a mutual understanding with her. This is my goal as a daughter, but also my duty as a Silvermane Guard. I am aware of the risks I might face on this journey, so if I fail to win my mother's approval, or if something happens to me, please forward this letter to the Landau siblings and ask for their help. Several of the Serval and Jeopard are honorable people with enormous power in Belobog, and I have complete faith in them. I'm sure they will unreservedly help you in your search for the Stellaron once they see my sealing here. Bronya Rand.
Brother and sister Landau? I know the brother must refer to Jeopard, but who could the sister be? Oh, Serval! So she's Jeopard's older sister.
Yeah, sir, it was in the letter. How very astute of you.
Blonde, tall, good looking. Those Landau genes sure are something else.
Sampo.
March, you have
Do you
two
know the
different
Landau
colors
siblings?
in each eye.
Landau. Yeah, we're all friends. I've mostly dealt with the younger brother in the past, but the sister, she's much scarier. Today's supposed to be a day of celebration, so let's not talk about it right now. We can set out at any time. Just come find me when you're ready.
Clearing calyxes and experiencing the simulated universe and other game modes raise your Trailblaze level. Once your Trailblaze level is high enough, the Equilibrium trial will be unlocked and you can complete the trial to raise your equilibrium. We gotta get to level 20 before we can continue, which means it's a good place to stop. I'm sorry, I just don't find that game as interesting as Genshin. I did get sleepy playing it. Honestly, I did. Let's see if the same thing happens for Genshin. However, give me a moment first.
I have to talk about
Just
these
watch
text
this while
messages.
I'm
I
gone.
can't help it. What do you
Go to
want
the
from me?
bathroom.
What do you want from me? I'm only human. These are extraordinary in like the creepiest way imaginable. I usually don't like to do the same type of content back to back, and yesterday I covered some text messages as well, but I can't resist the urge. It calls out to me, the void beckons, and I have to speak on these. So, the context. A lady had an old co-worker whom had been fundamentally stalking her for quite some time. Her and her husband had dealt with this individual for a while, and decided to share some of the unhinged messages that they had been sent by him. There was a lot more that happened besides these text messages, but that's what was shared and what I want to go over. Buckle your seatbelt here, because this is about to be a pretty intense ride. This is a good read from cover to cover, if you like lunacy. Hey, I hope your weekend has started nicely. I apologize it took me a few days to feel like I could say this. No need to apologize, goober. I get it. Had to muster up the courage here. Hype yourself up in the mirror so that you could really let the demon out. You need to break up with blank, and then agree to be my girlfriend, with intentions to be my wife. And let me explain why. So he's basically acting like a car salesman here, trying to drive the hard bargain. It's like an episode of Shark Tank. I'm seeking a wife for 10% equity in my cock. I have no doubt he also had a PowerPoint presentation prepared for this, but unfortunately maybe it didn't attach, so it didn't send. I can provide more for you than he can. The independent woman facade you engage in wouldn't be necessary with me. I make more than enough money in my job in order to take care of you and provide you with a lakefront house, which I know is a desire of yours. I can provide you the free time that you often post about and yearn for to engage in your favorite hobby, ceramics. All I ask for you is your devotion in return. I know I am perhaps not physically desirable to you, which is why I plan to compensate with the lifestyle you often talk about wanting to provide yourself. You can really feel the fedora through these messages. It smells of such potent desperation. It's also very interesting that he calls attention to not being physically desirable to her. It's an interesting negotiation tactic. Excuse me, madam. I know you may not be physically attracted to me, but here's how I can make up for my face looking like turbo ass. I know if you could be given an opportunity, you would take it because you mostly desire to be able to experience freedom in life. It is something painful for me knowing you could have everything you wanted if you would simply agree to be my wife in the future. I could also pay off your student loans and car loan, which I know you've expressed desire to have those completed in the next 6 years. I could do that today, with a simple call to your loan companies. All I need from you is to immediately move to my property and begin your new life with me. Jesus Christ, that is concerning. I can pay off all of this. Just come join my cult. And I promise I am not a rapist or a creep. Nothing screams good guy quite like needing to clarify that you are neither a rapist nor a creep. I mean, would he lie to you, right? I mean, that's what a normal person says, like, By the way, miss, I am neither rapist nor creep, so you should feel safe around me. Now come live on my property.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's what good people say. Good people constantly have to run around going, I'm a good person, I'm a good person. Oh, no.
Property immediately. I am not going to imprison you, or shackle you, or enslave you to a
What the fuck is going on? What do you mean?
Basement. Well, alright, breath of fresh air. I was a little concerned about that, but now luckily he explained it. Now there's no reason to feel alarmed anymore about that being a possibility. You are free to continue your friendships with your womanly friends and your relationships with your family. I would never take this from you. I would never force you into sexual situations you do not want to be in. I know it must sound so strange hearing this, but I feel I must make it clear to you.
100% he's been accused of doing all of those things and doesn't think he actually did them. Which means he will do all of those things to you, most likely. Just a guess. I don't have any proof, but just based off of the text message so far, I don't think you'd arrived at that terminology if you hadn't been accused of that in the past. Just saying.
That this is a dream opportunity that will not harm you in any capacity other than dropping your current life, boyfriend, and job, and immediately begin pursuing your hobbies while we plan our wedding. I've got a sneaking suspicion that this guy would absolutely shackle her and imprison her in the basement. But I imagine she wouldn't be alone down there. There's probably quite a few other victims that he has in that basement. This is a fucking unhinged creep. Now, it's important to mention that this isn't just some random person sending a bunch of nonsense. This is a very credible threat to the safety of this woman. So, according to the husband, they had been dealing with this individual for quite some time. And they even went to court over it. There's a lot that this individual has done, aside from just these creepy messages. And it had been a huge problem for them for a while. This is a really...
By the way, this can end really badly. It happens more often than you would think. Stalking is really serious. If someone in your life is telling you they're being stalked, you need to take that extremely seriously. If you are being stalked, you need to take that extremely seriously. Because you never know what they're going to do. You never know. Stalking is extremely serious. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you told your friend what you're doing and he would say, hey, that seems kind of creepy, or if you saw what you were doing and you would think to yourself, that's kind of creepy, then don't do it. Okay? Just don't.
Dangerous person to be around. I hope you're not overwhelmed. I know we have not spoken very much in the last 6 years we've known each other. I've always known you were supposed to be mine as soon as I met you on March 3rd, 2018. He's got that shit marked in his calendar as the most important day of his life. I've never once inserted myself into your life. I haven't pestered you for your phone number, and we have an occasional chat on Facebook now that we're not in the same office anymore. I've been satisfied with this level of acquaintanceships for years, and I understand that you have been with blank since 2012. I understand you were committed to him prior to us meeting, but blank, you must agree that we have some...
2012? This woman's been in a relationship for 12 years, and this man is... Oh my god. Well, I mean, I guess it's not surprising, you know, it's not like... But still, like, oh my god, just leave this person alone. Jesus Christ.
Something special. We share so many interests, and we were always able to have great natural conservation. When we would attend lunch together during the workday, it was an effortless and relaxing experience to share those 40 minutes with you once or twice a week. And don't think I forgot how often you paid for yourself, a trait I knew was you trying to assert your independence in front of me. Oh, the delusion. Oh, the delusion is sickening. That's an example of something I've talked about quite a bit on stream, where no matter what, there are people that will view things in an entirely different lens.
True.
That make no sense. Something as simple as her buying lunch for herself was interpreted, misconstrued by this fucking menace as her trying to assert her independence in front of him. So it's just like this honestly scary situation where something totally innocent, like just buying yourself lunch, has now completely been lost in the sauce of this dude's noodle, where he thinks it was all about him. It's so weird. I knew then you were trying to show me that you'd love for someone to take care of.
It's just you hear enough of these stories and you're just like, please don't murder anybody. Please don't murder anybody. Please don't murder anybody. Like, I remember a couple of years ago, there was this couple, they were social media influencers, and there was this dude in Texas who just hated them for some reason, not really even sure why. I don't think they knew why either. But they didn't even live in the same state as this guy, and he kept like harassing them. They moved, and then finally one day he showed up at their house and killed both of them. And I don't think they'd ever even like met this person in real life. They were just like influencers, and he was crazy and angry and he used a gun. And it's just insane that kind of thing happens. By the way, it'd happen a lot less if we didn't have so many guns. And it wasn't so easy to get a gun, even if you're probably not fit to have one. But I digress. It's just insane. Like, stalking is no joke. Like,
of you. I'm ready to settle into a family-oriented life, and I recall you saying you would have children if you had the financial capital to do so. I know you desire to be a mother, despite your current male partner not wanting them. You would make a wonderful mother to our children. I would ensure you had everything you needed to live the family life of your dream. Wow, I just had a voice crack. That was a big voice crack, too. This man's serial killer stalker Riz just attacked my vocal folds. And I know you love to travel. Before we settle down with children, I want to take you to your dream destination list. I've kept track of all the places you've mentioned over the last few years that you'd like to visit. You always share such a beautiful landscape photos.
So creepy, dude.
He's like the Zodiac killer here. I bet if this wasn't over
So
Facebook Messenger or
weird.
whatever, it would have been sent via postage, letters in the mail, using cutouts from magazines for the letters. I want to take you to Japan, to Thailand, to New Zealand, to Greece. Yaw! It's like that classic one. Oregon. Yaw! Fucking the Dean scream. And after that, we'll go to the opal mines in Australia for your dream ring, and then I'll take you to all the waterfalls the islands have to offer. How does this sound? My proposition is serious. You know I am a serious man. I'm turning 45 years old this year, and you are turning 32 years old. It's time to start making decisions about our familial life and how to enjoy our remaining. Please know I have never offered any woman this proposition. I have a very secure career that I enjoy and will do whatever it takes to maintain in order to have your companionship, sexual prowess, and motherly raising of our children. I will give you everything you desire, as long as you agree to be my wife and raise our children. A very strong negotiation overall. I wonder how she'll respond to this in the Shark Tank. Hey, blank. I wanted to acknowledge that I received your message. It's really long though, so give me a minute to read and respond. That feels more like she's very afraid and is doing this out of pure obligation, like buying time.
Yeah, she
to
sounds
figure out how to
absolutely
handle this without
terrified.
setting this guy off on like some kind of rampage, like this violent outburst.
Yes.
Which is smart on her part for sure. To like very gently navigate this because it's a scary situation.
Yeah. By the way, she
having
shouldn't have to do that, but I totally understand why she is. And it is smart.
Stalker like this. Good morning. I am still awaiting your acceptance of my proposal. I look forward to hearing from you. Oh God, he's dropping the hammer now. It's all business, and he's not taking no for an answer. Good morning, goofball. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't know how to respond to this. I don't mean this negatively, but I honestly don't know whether or not to take this seriously. What I mean by that is I don't know if this is a joke or not. You said this is quite out of left field, so I'm not exactly sure how to respond to you. This proposition is very serious. I have to make serious considerations about my familial life as I'm ready to establish this. I know I can offer you much more than your boyfriend can. It has been 10 years, and he still has not provided you with those things you desire most. I am a better provider than he is, and I will ensure your needs are met. Please, I would appreciate you taking this seriously and giving me a date and time I can come collect your items and move you into my house. It's in northern blank. This guy is already convinced that it's a yes, and now he's just trying to figure out when he should schedule the college hunks hauling junks to come collect all of her shit to move in with him. So
He does have
she
quite a bit
fully
of
responds to
confidence.
this. Surely you have to understand I can't agree to something like this. My life is my life because I've built it this way. I am not a damsel waiting to be rescued. While yes, I would enjoy an easier path to achieving the lifestyle I want, I don't mind working for it, and frankly, I'm insulted that you perceive my career to be a choice I'm settled to because I have not found the right man. Most importantly, it's another level of egotistical to assume I would dump an 11-year relationship in an instant for a fantasy pipe dream of yours. I mean this seriously. I'm not interested in your proposition. Trading my life for materialistic items and to be breed mare is not something I ever intended to do with my time. I don't know you. You don't know me. You have a limited glimpse into my life through my social media posts. What you see online represents a fraction of who I am as a person. We were co-workers and nothing more. I made this very clear to you in the years we worked together. I was in my relationship prior to even working with you. Yes, you're right, you never crossed that boundary, but instead you spent the last 6 years building a fantasy and dream life in your mind in which you think I would trade my value as a human being for a lake house and free time for pottery. I'm not sure how you became convinced this would be enough to make me leave the life I have built, but I need to assure you it's not. Please do not ask me this again. I am not interested, nor will I ever be interested in being your wife and child-bearer. So she lets it all hang out here. She pulls no punches.
Yeah.
She sets the record
She's very
straight.
clear. I am not propositioning you to live in solitude to raise children alone. I want a family. I want you to be my wife. Specifically, I want to build a family with you. Dude, she already said no, though. Like, why are you still asking? It's so weird.
And says it right to his face. Well, as close to his face as anyone will ever come through text messages here. Breedmare. Now, there's no need to insult me. I am not propositioning you to live in solitude and to raise children alone. I want a family. I want you to be my wife, specifically, and I want to build a family with you. I thought you were intelligent enough to understand how great of an offer this is. Buddy, she is intelligent enough to recognize that her life would be in danger saying yes to you, you absolute maniac.
Right?
You fucking weirdo. She is extremely smart to say no to this, as pretty much everyone on the planet with any level of survival instincts would. You're weird. You're dangerous. You're creepy. You're a stalker. Everyone's going to be saying no to you. I know you're primarily saying no because you don't find me physically attractive. If I looked better than your boyfriend, I have no doubts you would emphatically tell me yes. I didn't know you were so shallow. Oh, now he's going full nice guy mask off mode, even though he wasn't really putting up a nice guy persona in the first place. You would learn to be physically attracted to me just as I learned to be physically attracted to you after you gained 60 pounds. You look much better when you are staying in the 150 to 200 pounds.
It's a bold move to go in with a marriage proposal 1 second and then a fantasized marriage proposal, basically. Something that no one's ever going to say yes to. But you're trying to prove to this woman that she's the most important thing in the world to you. And the minute she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're just like, Puh! Well, you're fat and I'm still attracted to you. It's like, what? It's just so crazy. It would be, I don't know, man. I know what this implies, so it's not funny. It's weird. And, like, out of context, you might think it's funny, but, like, knowing the sinisterness of this is just like, this guy needs to be away from other people. Like, this guy is really scary.
On range, yet I never said a word to you about the fact that you gained so much weight because I realized you were perfect otherwise. I realized your looks didn't matter when your soul is what I wanted to spend time with. He probably wants to...
But it is a bold move to go in with a marriage proposal and then switch to calling her fat so quickly. Like, just turn the heel. Like, this is the second paragraph, and he's like, yeah, well, you're fat, and I still like you, so why can't you leave your boyfriend for me? It's like, it doesn't make any sense, dude. Why are you even saying that?
Suck her soul out of her body like Shang Tsung. Like, this is this is a threat to her life, and she is absolutely making the right call, trying her best to get away from this guy and shut it down as hard as possible. It is simply a trade for a house and free time. Oh, the barter method, of course. I am offering you the very thing you constantly talked about and post about, the freedom to enjoy your existence without stress and anxiety. There would be more stress and anxiety with you because you are actually dangerous.
You're crazy.
It'd be a constant like guessing game of whether or not she's going to survive through the night under your roof. This guy is fucking scary. And he makes it seem like so simple. Simply in return, we are married and have a family together. Yeah, I mean, that's small potatoes. That's nothing. That's no big deal.
It's no big deal.
It's a great trade.
Right?
You get a house and you get the weirdest man in the world. A win-win. You would learn to love it because our home together would be so peaceful and joyful. However, perhaps you're right, and you are not the woman I thought you were. You're attracted to a low-life loser who filed bankruptcy at 25, hid his credit card debt from you. You pay his bills while he job hops because he doesn't know how to stay at a job for longer than a year. You cried constantly at work and had panic attacks not knowing where the money was going to come from. And what did you do? You worked a second and third job to make ends meet while he piddled away at putting in applications and not manning up to do what he needed to do. Why are you choosing this weak boy over me? I am mature, career-oriented, family-oriented, and I am a devoted partner. I would never force you into a position to make up for my shortcomings like your boyfriend does. I am better than him in every way, and yet you still choose him. It is baffling to me why young women like yourself want to be with the losers and drug dealers who will end up beating you silly. Keep in mind, this is coming from the same worm, the same specimen, who had to assure her he's not a rapist and wouldn't imprison her and shackle her. I think this guy is the one that most likely would beat a woman silly, because he has all of the red flags you could possibly fucking imagine about a man. I'm going to fast forward through the second paragraph meltdown here, which is just a teary-eyed tantrum with him shaking his fist saying, I thought you were different. You must stay with him for his penis size, because I can't even begin to understand how someone as intelligent as you are would turn down my offer. A luxury life free of stress turned down for a life of second guessing and financial strain.
Fuck?
Why? What good reason do you have to turn down my offer?
It could only be because his
He immediately goes
dick
to
is
wiener
big.
size. Just another huge insecurity here. So I'm guessing not only is he physically appalling, but he also has a tiny cock. She says, I'm not even going to entertain that message with a response. I don't owe you any explanation about why I'm still with my boyfriend even after all his shortcomings. I don't owe you an explanation on anything, ever. I've been wondering all evening what it could possibly be about me that you're so repulsed by that you won't accept the offer of a lifetime. Yeah, it's such a mystery.
Yeah,
What about this
he just can't
perfect,
figure it out.
gentleman
He just can't
here
figure it
and
out. It's so
scholar
hard.
would she find repulsive? I'm racking my brain and I got nothing. I have no idea. What could she possibly not like about him?
Jesus.
He's such a doll. My friends are also appalled. Why aren't you accepting this? Yeah, I'm sure he has so many friends. He contacts all his friends. He's like, guys.
Yeah, his friends definitely told him to do this. Jesus Christ, dude.
She won't just give up her life and move in with me. What's wrong with this bitch, huh? What's going on? Is she crazy? She's crazy, right? It's not me. I'm not the problem, right? I didn't think so. It's definitely her. It's everything you have ever wanted, and you're turning it down still? Why? You owe me an explanation after I spent years ensuring I had enough to offer you.
So
That's
dumb.
really scary.
That's
if this guy's
really
whole
crazy.
motivation for like working hard, grinding, and getting money is just to try and act on this fantasy delusion with a stranger, that's unhinged. Well, all of this is unhinged, but that one's even wilder because again, they're not
Very
close to
unhinged.
each other. They're still pretty much strangers. I'm starting to get very upset by your actions. You have one more chance. Anything less than an emphatic yes will not be accepted. So he tries to bring it down, an ultimatum. Last chance. This is the last ball game pitch here.
It's so
it's gotta be a home run
weird.
yes, or I'm out. I'm sure this will come as a huge surprise to all of you watching this, but she still said no. In the most polite way possible, fuck off. I don't owe you shit. I'll be blocking you now. Have a great rest of your life. I waited all day to see if your little conniption would resolve and you'd come back begging me for this opportunity. But I see you've decided to block me on Facebook, but too stupid to also block me on Messenger. At least for now. He's now fully in his villain arc. He put on a trench coat, sunglasses, and he's doing this
Yup.
while typing.
Oh my
I see
god.
you blocked me on Facebook, but not Messenger. For now. I cannot believe I allowed myself to become entangled in the idea that a beastly fat woman such as yourself would actually choose to settle down with me. I can do so much better than you, and yet here I was offering you a way out of your wretched life. We both know you're settling with blank because you're too lazy to lose weight and make yourself more attractive, and you've trained him to be okay with your fat. I was willing to let your fatness go to the side because I knew if you had free time, you'd lose the weight and retain a more attractive figure for our relationship. I'm embarrassed I've spent so much time preparing for this moment and was wasted on a fat whore who doesn't know when she has struck gold. I truly thought you were different, that you actually wanted a nice man to be with. I see I was dead wrong. And she says, you can literally suck the juices out of my fat blank and choke on them, you absolute troglodyte. So at least there's a happy ending here. It ended on a positive note for both parties involved. So this guy did end up doing the quintessential nice guy sign-off, that standard song and dance of, you know what, did end up here. It ended on a positive note for both parties involved. So, and choke on them, you absolute troglodyte. So at least there's a happy ending here. It ended on a positive note for both parties involved. So this guy did end up doing the quintessential nice guy sign-off, that standard song and dance of, you know what, I'm better than you. I should have never wasted my time with you because you're fat, and you're a whore, and you're chunky, you're chubby, and I hate you. You're tacky, and I hate you. You're fat, and I'm a nice guy, the nicest guy you'll ever meet. You blew it. You blew it. It's on you, and you should feel bad.
I'm so
not
nice,
crying,
you
you're
fucking
crying.
bitch.
That's where the text message journey comes to a conclusion. Like I said, there was a lot more outside of text that he did, but I only wanted to focus on the texts. Hopefully, they don't have to deal with this individual anymore going forward. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.
I don't like sand is a better pickup line. How about I like feet? Anakin Riz, game is game. I eat sand is a better pickup line. It's coarse and rough and gets everywhere. Anakin is so fine. 50-50 chance this actually works. When I was single, I always opened with, "Hi, my name is Marco, nice to meet you." Women were enthusiastic about it, so sometimes I asked them to show me other approaches, and my God, I was one of the nicest first messages. Yeah, I mean, true. Dating apps are an absolute travesty, especially for women.
For decades now, nay, for centuries, men have always wondered, how do you respond when an alpha male insults you? A question that has plagued the minds of the masculine brain for too long, and today...
Ah, yes, the age-old question. I find myself asking that every day.
Today, I found the answers on a pickup artist forum page. Now, most of you know, I love pickup artistry. I think it is the most pure cringe. It's like a new element for the periodic table, just like this condensed cringe that is truly just a unique blend of delusion, patheticness, desperation, and loneliness, all rolled into one fine joint that I love to smoke. So if you don't know what pickup artists are, it's men that
The thing about pickup artistry is just, it's ultimately just kind of, like, I don't think it's bad to, like, approach somebody. But the problem with thinking about it in, like, a pickup artistry kind of way is that you're sort of treating the other person as if there's some kind of secret thing you can say to get them to be interested in you. And there's just not. And what you need to be okay with is people not being interested in you. And that is going to happen a lot. And when someone makes it clear that they're not interested in you, You need to respect that. That is the most important thing. And I think pickup artistry, while maybe nothing inherently wrong with the idea of it, it's still very... I think it becomes dehumanizing because you're basically treating people like NPCs. Like there's some secret way down the conversation tree to get them to want to sleep with you, and there's not. And I think it's damaging. I think it's not good for young men to think that there is, because it leads to angry weirdos, you know? So, I don't know. I just think we need to teach men how to deal with rejection better. And that just because somebody doesn't feel some kind of way about you doesn't mean you're less of a person, and you should, you know, just accept that and realize that there are people out there who do like you for you. Or there will be people. You just need to be yourself and not be a fucking weirdo. That's the biggest thing. Don't be a fucking incel weirdo. Okay? I know it's tempting to just like go black pill every time you get rejected by a girl or something, but like, if that's happening to you so much and you find yourself getting angry, especially towards women, what I would say is maybe go talk to a therapist. You need to explore why you're feeling that way, because factually, it's wrong. If you are blaming women as a group for you not being able to be successful at dating, that is a distortion of reality, right? That's not true. And so if you think it is true, you need to find out why. You need to understand why you think that. And you also need to understand that it is not true.
Read these guides, buy these courses on how to pick up women in the field. So in real life, how to approach women with pickup lines and get laid. And it has pretty much a 0% success rate for the majority of pickup artists, which makes it so fun. And it's, of course, extremely creepy, but it's hard not to laugh at it. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is a post that I was made aware of from 2010 on a big pickup artist forums site. And it's all about how to respond when an alpha male insults you. This is vintage cringe. List down insults you have heard and we'll find cool answers to them so you're prepared when alpha males try to make fun of you. Like this. Insult. Why do you smell funny? Answer. It's called soap. Don't think you've ever smelt it before. And then in parentheses, this is your like indicator. You don't want to say this out loud. This is just notes for you. Make a big smile and tongue mouth. I don't know what that tongue mouth means. Like, do you stick your tongue in his mouth so you just fucking French kiss him? Why do you smell funny? It's called soap. And you just like get in there. Like, I don't know what tongue mouth means. Maybe that's like early mewing. This may have been mewing before it was cool. I'm not sure. But yeah, basically you say it's called soap and then you hit him with none of these and then...
I think it's like... something like that, maybe? I like Charlie's explanation better. No, just be like, it's called soap. Ever heard of it? And then just start making out with him. That's funny.
Like that, I guess? Now, I'm not exactly an alpha male, but I imagine that you'd probably get your ass beat if you did that, because it'd be creepy. It'd probably be ruled self-defense because you came at him with that like psychopath energy with that response. Now, it's written like a fourth grader came up with this. Why do you smell funny? What kind of adult would ever say that to somebody, to be honest? They'd probably just say like, you stink or you smell like shit. Not, why do you smell funny? But you want to know what's wild is I know it's not a child that wrote this, because all of these pickup artists back in their heyday were like early to mid 20s, sometimes early 30s. So this is a grown adult that came up with this. Dude's just stewing in his swamp ass in his room, coming up with these imaginary scenarios with insults, and then like theory crafting the
I was gonna say,
optimal
like, is he like running around getting insulted by alpha males all the time? Like, I honestly have never been insulted by an alpha male. Like, at least not in real life, only online, right? I mean, you just get called like a stupid beta bitch on Reddit or something, you know? But like, and then I just ignore it. But like, it sounds like he's talking about this happening to him in real life. So like, I don't know, like, is this happening a lot?
response to it, and he comes up with this zinger. It's called Soap. God, that's lame. He was probably one of the lead writers on the new Saints Row game. That's that quality of writing. Continuing forward, insult. Wow, what an ugly t-shirt. Answer. Yeah, that can be fixed, but your face can't.
Yeah. Wife leaving for work. Yeah, like, I've never said any of this to like a stranger, especially as an adult. Like, maybe you would say something like this, again, not like this itself, because it's sort of stupid, but like, you might say something like this to your buddy and be like, geez, what the fuck is on your t-shirt? That looks stupid. You know, something like that, but in like a joking way. Like, I would never like use this as an insult against somebody I was mad at, you know? Like, I'm not really the insulting type, but like, if I am insulting someone, it's almost always in jest. Like, it's not serious. This is weird. At the bottom, he says, bring him on. What is this? A male tries to make fun of you by saying something like, oh, you're so cool. Or, what? You look like insert funny man, creature, whatever. Dude, this guy gets called a rat or something all the time. Like, this is such projection. These are all his personal experiences. Like, he clearly gets called some kind of creature all the time, right?
Bang, bang.
No, this one. Okay. A male tries to make fun of you and say, oh, you're cool. Good answers could be, I wish I could get even half as funny as you one day, and then ignore him. It doesn't really seem like that great of a comeback. Kind of seems more like a compliment. Right? That's just a compliment. And then it's like, oh, look at him trying to be funny. Okay, that one I get. But that first one is weird.
And then everyone that's in the vicinity just starts clapping, going, ooh.
Right?
A male tries to make fun of you by saying something like, oh, you're so cool. Or, you look like insert funny man, creature, whatever. Good answers could be, I wish I could get even half as funny as you one day, and then ignore him. Or, aw, look at him trying to be funny. And now he takes his bow saying, bring him on, welcoming the rest of the pickup artist community to contribute some of their own insults and answers. These are pretty powerful, so I hope you've got your pen and paper out to be taking notes on these in case you ever need to unleash
Is this
them.
4chan, or is this...
I don't know where these insults are coming from. Like, these aren't insults I think anyone has said.
It kind of seems like they were written by ChatGPT, but the prompt was like, write them like an 11-year-old would.
For the last 50 years to another human being. What kind of alpha male is going to say, wow, what an ugly t-shirt? I can't picture Chad Fuckhammer out of the blue walking down the street, seeing a pickup artist and being like, wow, what an ugly t-shirt. No, who does that? Where? In what fantasy? Like, I just really don't think this is happening. There's not like this secret war between the alpha chads and the pickup artists. But even in this fantasy land,
it's so
the pickup
weird.
artists are making themselves the losers there too. with the chads saying your shirt's ugly, or you look like weird creature, or whatever. Like, it is actually sad. And I've said this before. Pickup artistry used to be a huge movement. Luckily, it's died out very much over the last few years. But
I mean, the fact that it doesn't work helps, right? I mean, look, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a pickup line, especially, I would say go with a funny one, you know? Go with something really corny or really silly, not insulting or anything like that, not gross or sexual in any way. Like, if you're going to use a pickup line, you know, choose something funny or choose something really corny or stupid and stuff like that. But, you know, you don't want the first thing you do to be insult them or give them some kind of gross pickup line, you know? Like, it's not going to work, right? That's why. That's why it's dying. It doesn't work. You know, people are nervous enough meeting strangers, and then them saying something weird is the first thing out of their mouths. That's just going to make them not want to talk to you.
Back in the 2010s, so many young men bought into it, bought courses and all kinds of guides and shit. It was like the early looks maxing, but for getting laid through the worst advice and the creepiest lines you could ever possibly imagine.
Yeah, and I said this again, it's like trying. No. It's like thinking you can buy a strategy guide to dating like you would for Elden Ring, you know? Or for what's a better one? Skyrim. You know? Dating is not talking to NPCs in Skyrim. Or it's not, you know, rolling a D20 in Baldur's Gate. You can't just go back and say something different and have it work out. Like, there's no secret combination of words you can say to make anyone go out with you. And that's what kind of like hardcore pickup artistry says.
So I have no doubt that this guy here is one of those individuals that really like bought into it hook, line, and sinker. And hopefully 14 years later, they have realized that that was just a cringy period of their life and they have grown from it. That's what I'm praying for. Now, the rest of the comments don't really play into like, here's an insult, here's an answer. They're mainly saying like, if an alpha male insults you, just brush it off. You're better without that kind of stress anyway. But there are a couple that do give you some kind of insult and comeback like this post. I agree with the others. You shouldn't feel the need to rage/give a comeback. Answer to the others, not him. If you have to, I would playfully correct the "you're fat" response. Again, what I'm reading here feels like it's out of like an old cartoon or something, with like a cartoonishly douchey bully that just all the time is shoving the main character into the locker saying, your shirt's ugly, fatso, or whatever. Get out of the hallway, stupid face. So that's the kind of energy here. I don't think any of this is happening to any of the posters. Hopefully not. I hope they're not getting bullied like this, and that's what's like the catalyst to these posts. But anyway, insult.
No, 100% that's what's happening. 100%. This dude has had people say these things to him. But again, it was probably like in middle school or high school, and he hasn't talked to another human being since. I'm not talking about this particular dude. I'm saying dudes like this, you know? Like, I don't know this guy, obviously, but he posted something like this. I think I can make a few assumptions. Like, you don't put that thing about the short character funny man / creature. Like, that dude 100% has been called a gremlin, okay? Like, it's 100% coming from insults he's had thrown at him. But again, it was probably when he was in school. And that's why they're so childish like this. That's the only thing I can think of that makes sense. Because otherwise, I don't know why an adult would post this. When did this video come out? Is it old? No, it's not.
You're fat, or whatever. Come back, playfully. Haha, well, you're ugly. I can lose weight. Small pause where you look serious, then break into a playful smile and loosen up. It's like stage directions in theater class. Maybe they're all like classically trained thespians, perhaps. I'm not really sure, but this is so interesting. Like, imagine you're trying to like recall these steps if someone says you're fat and you're like, you're ugly, I can lose weight. Oh, I forgot the small pause. Okay, then break out into a small, playful smile, loosen up. No, just kidding, dude. You're great. Pat on the shoulder to lower his social value, then turn to the group like nothing happened. How does patting someone on the...
I mean, you know, despite the dumb way it's written, I actually don't think that that's such a bad response. Like, diffusing with humor is actually a really great skill to have. You know? Or just, like, diffusing, like, intervening in a situation without escalating the situation, you know?
The shoulder, lower their social value. Do you have the cheese touch? You just reach over, pat him on the shoulder, and he's like, no! My social value! No! Like, starts melting. I don't get what this means. Like,
well, no, I see what they're saying with this particular one. It's like, oh, he tries to insult you. So you pretend to insult him back and then laugh and then compliment him. And that kind of like takes the steam out, you know? Because now he just looks like the asshole, right? I actually think that's really good.
The whole scenario is very peculiar. So it's in a group setting, and someone in the group just points to you and says, you're fat? Who would do that? The group must hate that person. They must not be like a friend to the group. I couldn't really understand what this one meant, but I really like the way that it's worded. So it's quoting some other post in here. However, if a target insults you, it's always beneficial to be witty in a cocky/funny way. I like how they refer to the alpha male as a target, making it seem like it's an assassination mission.
Yeah, I mean, this stuff is weird.
Like you're Agent 47. And this pickup...
Oh, this is from 2010. It's much more understandable now.
Artist, quote, responds to that message saying, unless it's a shit test, then you win by pretending you didn't hear.
Huh?
Where am I? Pardon?
What?
I'm gonna need some more clarification. What does that mean? Unless it's a shit test, then you win by pretending you didn't hear. Is that a euphemism? Like, what am I missing out on? A shit test? You're submitting stool samples now? Or maybe, like, unless you're in a public restroom and you're shitting, and then the only way you win is by pretending you don't hear the person shitting. What does it mean? Am I overthinking it? I don't understand. I sat here racking my brain for at least 10 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck that could possibly mean, and I've got nothing. So putting this entire riddle together, however, if a target insults you, it's always beneficial to be witty in a cocky/funny way. Unless it's a shit test, then you win by pretending you didn't hear. Initially, I thought maybe it was some kind of War Games reference, the only winning move is not to play, but that doesn't really fit because what is the shit test in that equation? Are we talking about actual...
Yeah, like I understand sort of what a shit test is, but I don't think it really... I don't know, maybe... Like, there are very few situations where someone could insult me and I would feel the need to respond, you know? Like, it just doesn't happen to me that much, right? Like, I guess if people are spreading blatant, heinous lies, you would want to respond, but, you know, like, I don't really understand this scenario in which someone you don't like is near you and is just insulting. I mean, maybe at work, maybe at school. Am I just alone too much? Maybe that's what it is.
Poop, like real feces, poop, like I don't know. I don't know what it means. I can't implement this one. The alpha males are gonna eat me alive. I can't follow these directions. You know what else I can't follow? Is this fanfic. This is the most outrageous nonsense story ever constructed. This is in the same forum post about like the insults and the comebacks. They're giving an anecdote here. I was in the field today with a friend of mine because he's a pickup artist soldier on the front lines.
In the field.
We were sitting and these two girls are staring at us. After finishing my milkshake, we went over there. My friend said, "Hey, what do you think of my friend?" Me. "I know, totally wrong approach, but you can always try." Sunglass emoji. Then she said, "He is ugly." My response, "I'm sorry, I don't think that it isn't going to work."
Oh, come on. Not like, this is the most 2010 post I've ever seen. My friend said, "Hey, what do you think of my friend?" Me. "I know it's the totally wrong approach, but I can always try." Then she said, "He is ugly." My response was, "I'm sorry, I don't think it's going to work out between us because you are too arrogant." When their jaws finally touched the ground, we walked away. Muhahaha. I never talked to such a bitch. But I still wonder why they were looking the whole time. What the fuck? No, come on. That didn't fucking happen, dude. That's so stupid. You forgot to add it. Oh, and everybody clapped as we walked away. So stupid.
Work out between us because you are too arrogant. When their jaws finally touched the ground, we walked away. Evil emoji. Mwahaha. I never talked to such a bitch. But I still wonder why they were looking the whole time. Of every story ever told, that's definitely one of them. What a lot to process. So they were drinking milkshakes, and there were some girls staring at them. So they go over and say, "What do you think of my friend?" And they say, "He's ugly." So he says that it won't work out between them because she's too arrogant, and for some reason that put their jaws on the floor in shock. So then they walked away doing an evil Joker laugh. Mwahahaha. Like Mandark from Dexter's Lab. Pretty cool story with a very strong positive message buried deep within there somewhere,
Very
I'm
strange.
sure. Hopefully this has been helpful to those of you out there that are being preyed upon by the alpha males. Hopefully this gives you the tools to fight back with witty comebacks. That's about it. See ya.
Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mutahar, and you know, Google's Gemini AI has been acting a little bit.
Oh, I don't think Mutahar likes streamers watching his videos. Actually, that seems like it could be fun. Danny Gonzalez skits, but with zero context? Yeah. Let's watch that.
How did you do that? Oh, I don't know. I just throw the ball down the alley. Pretty straight. Whoa, 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 whoa. You threw that thing? Yeah, that's what... Yes. Guys, I think that girl just pulled a strike. My heavens. Someone's finally done it. Did my eyes deceive me? How did you do that? Oh, I don't know. I just throw the ball down the alley. Pretty straight. Whoa, 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 whoa. You threw that thing? Yeah, that's what bowling is. Isn't that dangerous?
We've been at it for years, and you just come in here and know how to bowl on your first try?
Yeah, that's not the hard part of bowling. Nobody's ever tried to throw the ball here before? Oh, one guy did. And? He died. Oh. Hey, guys! I'm gonna try to throw the ball too, like that weird girl. Oh, shit, alright. Amazing! Let's go! Let's see Oh, you lied!
Gooey, gooey, yummy, yummy, tasty little snack.
Alright, the first trick we're gonna learn today is how to dodge a punch. Okay, looks like you didn't get it today, but we'll try again tomorrow, okay, buddy? 911, what's your emergency? Hello, help! There's an intruder in my house! He's in my basement and he's coming after me! Send someone quick! Yeah, okay. Huh? You're trying to tell me that a person is breaking into another person's house? Yeah, okay. You don't believe me? Okay, that's enough. I know this is a prank, okay. Who is this? Did Kevin put you up to this? Oh, he found me. He found me! Help! Help! Kevin, this was a pretty good one, I gotta admit. I gotta admit. Oh, I peed my diaper. I have to go. Okay, so we're gonna rap, right? Yeah, I think so. Why, did you want to sing? No, you're right. We should definitely rap. Let's all rap, okay? We're gonna rap. Good, so we all agree this is going to be a rap song. When we're done, can we go to Chili's? Okay, Lucas, you go first. I'm Lucas, and I'm gonna go first. And I'm gonna sing. No! Oh, hey, man. Hey, dude, good to see you.
I remember
Good
this.
to see you, man. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, God, no! Why? Because you're my best friend. Excuse me, can I go to the bathroom? What the bathroom? I haven't seen anyone go to the bathroom in 15 years. Why would anyone go to the bathroom? It just doesn't make any sense. Guys, my bones are getting squishy. You're dead, bitch. You hear me? You're
Let's see. He was watching some stuff.
What's up?
All right, we'll watch some tech videos, I guess. That seems fun.
Python, the GIL removed, the new compiler, opt parse deprecated. What the heck just happened to Python?
The GIL got removed? I heard you could put a flag in to not use it. A new compiler? All right, well, let's just see what he says.
Well, turns out Python without the GIL for good. Le Python, a new Python compiler. Pydantic 2 is getting usable. PEP 387 defines soft deprecation. Oh, girl, I've been... Trust me, we've defined soft deprecation a while ago. Python 3.0 releases with better peer...
More like Microsoft deprecation, right? Because they can never deprecate anything because of Windows.
Python support. PEP 722 dependency specification for single file scripts. Python VS support gets faster, or VS Code. Sorry, I said that out loud. Python VS support gets faster. Paint in the terminal. There's a lot going on with Python. Okay, a lot is going down with Python. Python without the GIL for good. We saw last month the global interpreter lock was the center of attention once again. This month it carried on to the point that even Meta, Facebook's parent company, pitched in. If PEP 703 is accepted, Meta can commit to support in the form of 3 engineer years on landing. No GIL C Python. Wow, they're in. They want
Damn.
They want that bad. It's nice to have Python seeing more and more contributions from big companies that used it for their success. It's a huge contrast compared to 2010. Yeah, this is awesome. When people say that companies need to give back to open source, I personally think that this is one of the best ways to do it. Dedicate engineering years, because the real talk, like the real part of it is that, sure, handing out some money, giving some money will get somebody to be able to be paid some amount of money to help kind of contribute and make the project better, which I'm not saying don't do that. Do that, but it's best done via individuals, because you don't want to be at the whims of companies. I'd rather have 1,000 individuals giving $5 a month. Did you hear that? Don't forget about your Blue Crown. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, $5 a month, dudes. $5 a month. Sub to me, 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 sub to me. Okay? Please.
And have that work but have big companies dedicate engineers, right? Because that means that engineers well paid. They're going to try really hard. It's for their, it's going to be fantastic. The discussion culminated with an internal debate with the core devs, which ended up with an official announcement of PEP 703. The proposal that relit the fire was going to be accepted after some details figured out. This means in the coming years, Python will have its GIL removed. Okay, so global lock interpreter. Let's go. Here's the plan. In short term, unsupported experimental version of Python without the GIL.
I need to get all my family members to subscribe to me with their Prime. Because why the fuck not, right?
Is published in parallel to the regular one. All right, 3.13, 3.14. Midterm, no GIL version is marked as official supported, but is still just an alternative to Python with GIL. A target date is announced to make it the default.
Oh, okay. I didn't know this. So apparently, not only are they intending to, they've already gotten rid of the GIL. They're trying to make it the default, though. Okay. Long-term, no GIL becomes the default.
The default
Interesting.
Once. This will happen after the community has shown enough support for it and will take several years. Long-term, no GIL becomes the default. Before this, the core devs can reverse the decision and abort the no GIL project if it proves to have bad ROI.
Yeah.
Radio over internet. Everybody knows that. Okay, so that's kind of exciting. Like, I assume this will just make an incredible speed up for the Pythons, right? Yeah, it's Python 3 rollout again. For all of...
Yeah, so I mean, the great thing about it would be that it would make Python much faster because you would be able to use parallelization better, which in Python is generally, I don't think it's possible without some external library. I don't know. I'm looking into it for something I'm doing now, but parallelization, I don't know. I'm not good at it. Like I passed the class in grad school somehow, but I still don't really get it.
Python's downfall is one thing that I think I in some sense I can.
I mean, I get the idea of it, obviously, but like it is a complicated thing.
Appreciate about it is that Python says, screw it, we're going to have major versions, right? Or big changes. I think there's some things are good about that. I will agree that never wanting your language to change after you've thoroughly made some mistakes maybe is
stupid. Yeah.
Because there's all those people that talk about Rust 2 and they want Rust 2 because apparently it can make a lot of good changes to the compiler, greatly speed up things. Like if you could cut Rust compilation in half but have to do a major version, would you do it? Probably. I think a lot of people would be like, yeah, that seems extremely compelling to me.
Well, and the reason that that's more possible, though, is because Rust is still relatively new, right? I mean, you can't make the same kind of big update to Fortran or COBOL because the frickin' subways and banks run on that, right? Rust, however, as far as I know, does not like run the stoplights. So, I mean, I'm sure it's in stuff that's important. It's a good language. I'm just saying it's not old enough to like be in super old legacy stuff that can't be updated. That's all I mean. So if you're going to update it, now would probably be a better time than waiting.
Exciting. The main reason for the two different builds is to manage the unknown unknowns. Indeed, nobody expects the no GIL to break things, but with such a big project, you can never be sure. ABI compat is tricky, and new extensions need to be compiled explicitly against it for it to work. So there is a need for the community embracing it.
I think they will.
Okay.
By the way, I think they absolutely will.
So, no GIL compatibility extensions will work on the old interpreter, so you don't get into the situation like Python 3 code not working on Python 2.
Good.
Okay, so that's good, right? That's good. That's the right. right?
That's very good. Yes.
They learned not to fracture the ecosystem for multiple decades. That seems positive. In fact, Python code itself should not be affected and will work seamlessly on one or the other, albeit with threads limited to a single core. Classic. Let's see, LPython, the new Python compiler. I heard to skip this part. I hear it's boring, but we'll do it anyways. That's the news I didn't see coming. What's the deal with CPython?
All right, fuck this. We're gonna read.
MicroPython.
So I want to read this article ourselves. Come on, is there dark mode? Let's read this part. LPython, a new Python compiler. That's the news I didn't see coming. And what's the deal with CPython, PyPy, MicroPython, Jython? We talked about Python compilers, and I thought I did a pretty good job listing everything that mattered. Well, the team behind LPython decided to take this list and .append on it. Oh, come on. That is... You know what? I'm just mad I didn't think of it. Okay. LPython. By the way, great name. LPython. Come on, guys. LPython is a brand new BSD3 compiler that takes Python code and translates it for the following LLVM, C, C++, or WASM. It doesn't aim to compile the entire program, although it can, but rather, like a Numba or Cython, let you speed up numerical bottleneck. Okay. The benchmarks are very promising, and the ability to switch between ahead of time and just in time, very convenient, although you will still need the entire compilation chain installed on the machine. LPython uses raw Python code, so if you call a Python function inside your snippet, you must explicitly mark it as such with a decorator, so most will likely use it for very specific snippets. Okay. Well, that's interesting. This article's kind of old. Let's look at unexpected Python traps for beginners. Okay. The beautiful theory of TDD, the reality check of the practice. What's up, Python? Python, the video game. Pyodide on the rise. I'm excited about Pyodide. Pyodide is basically the ability to run Python in the browser. There's a well-known project called PyScript, where, yeah, you can basically run Python code straight in the browser so that you can have it client-side. I think that's pretty cool. Let's look at this. Look at this. Wonder what this... Substack. Okay, it's Substack. I was like, this is a cool looking website. The fact that Python shell still doesn't print anything when none is returned still feels a bit weird after 20 years of using the language. Yeah, I guess. Okay. You know what bloggers do when they feel lazy? They write list-type articles, 10 ways to foobar your bar. 10 ways to foo your bar. Most popular libs to reticulate splines. What? Reticulate splines. Okay. And I'm back for the holidays, still in super lazy mode. So today we're going to see the little what the fuck that everybody trip on at least once. Python doesn't have as many as most languages, but it has a few fun stuff. Inconspicuous string concatenation when none is returned. Tuples are weird. Yeah, they are. Stop with is already. Stop with is already? Okay, yeah. I agree. Reference initialization is tricky. Inconspicuous string concatenation. Python will take this code, very lazy, and automatically convert it internally to very lazy. You will have nothing to do for it, and it happens when the file is being parsed. This is quite handy when you have long strings to break up. Unfortunately, beginners don't know about this, and when they make a list of strings, like in Django settings.py, they want to write things like this. That's how I write it. But they miss a comma and write this instead. Okay. This is valid Python code, and it will not trigger a Stanix error, but will allow bitcode.dev www.dev as a host, which is very hard to debug and subtle to find. Never to return. In Python, most functions and methods return a new value. If you sort numbers, you may use the sorted, which will return a new list. Numbers 4, 2, 3, numbers sorted. You also might like list.sort. What is this though? What was the second thing? Where none is returned. Confusion arises, however, when newcomers try to use sort, like sorted. Oh, okay. Numbers.sort. Indeed, list.sort modify the original list. It doesn't return anything. When a Python callable doesn't return anything, you get none. Okay, so it sorts the numbers, but it doesn't return the numbers. You can't, yeah. Right, so you can't write numbers equals numbers.sort. And in our case, we just erase the original list from the numbers, losing the data. Yeah. You would need to write just numbers.sort, right? I wonder if that would work. Python. Stuff equals 1 to -11. Stuff dot sort stuff. Huh. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? So you would just write, instead of writing numbers equals numbers.sort, you would write numbers.sort. Oh, they show it that here. All right. Well, actually, this is kind of fun. We can do more of this. We can go through like Python news and stuff like that and watch tech videos and stuff. That actually sounds kind of fun. We can do more of that for sure. But I'm gonna go now. I gotta get my kid ready for school. But thank you guys so much for subscribing, and I will see you next time.